Hello, and welcome to day 73. Um, Deuteronomy 8 or 10. Moses kind of carries on with reminding the people how far they've come. I was especially sort of caught out by, and I've seen this before and always thought it's quite a wonderful thing. But Deuteronomy 8:4, for 40 years, their clothes didn't wear out. And their shoes didn't, their feet didn't blister as well. Now, we've got to be cognizant of the fact that sometimes there are certain there's a bit of hyperbole that is used, of course. Um, if that's what's going on here, I'm not sure. The sentiment, I guess, is that they've been wandering for 40 years, and to do so is in and of itself an act of grace, right? A symptom, a demonstration of God's grace. They were fed manna, they were fed with food, but 40 years in the desert is significant. And after 40 years, God was disciplining them. God was, chastising them sometimes, punishing them sometimes, because that is necessary. Contrary to what we believe, what society wants to seem to make us believe today is don't punish anything and affirm everything. No, it's important, especially as a parent, that you discipline your child, that you make sure they don't do what they're not supposed to do, and that they do what they're supposed to do. So, God did that with Israel, and we'll sort of carry on here. It's sort of encouraging Israel to fear the Lord, but also to love Him, and to recognize that they've been forgiven much, and thus they should love much. God, Moses reminds them of the many times that they've rebelled against God. Indeed, from jump they've been rebelling against God and sort of testing Him. But He has relented every time He wanted to destroy them. Utterly, He didn't. At Moses' plea, but still, He didn't. Moses reminds of that. Something that just jumped out to me as I was reading it this evening was Moses went up to, so they'd come out of Egypt, and fairly, quickly, this is at the very beginning, they'd gone down to Mount Sinai, as God had said, he'd release them and bring them and meet with Him there. And he'd gone up to get the 10 Commandments. And we learned from Deuteronomy 9 that He was there 40 days and 40 nights. Who else went fasting for that rather specific period of time? So I found it was super interesting how Moses mirrored Christ again here. Moses comes down and he sees the people succumb to temptation. Christ comes down, and He Himself is tried to see if He'll give into that. And He doesn't. So I find it interesting seeing that parallel between Christ and Moses here. It's never occurred to me before, but that was interesting. And lastly, sort of Moses, he recaps that whole debacle of bringing the stone tablets down, smashing them, God, take it back up to be written on. And all of that is given, and Moses sort of asks, okay, you've heard what you guys have done to the Lord, what has He required of you? And it's simple: fear, live in a way that pleases Him, serve Him with all your heart in everything you do. I think that remains golden advice, right? With all that we're doing, we should fear the Lord, be well aware and understanding of who He is and His power, live in a way that pleases Him, live in a way that reflects Him. I heard West Half talking today about the 10 Commandments and framing them not necessarily as rules, but as instructions based on the one that we are supposed to mirror. God is honest, He's not a liar. So you, made in His image, don't be a liar, that type of thing. which I thought was really cool. As we sort of end there on Deuteronomy 10. Now, tomorrow we'll be reading Deuteronomy 11 to 13, and God willing, I'll be here